I really want to try and articulate the difficulty of watching white success and white joy when you're a person of colour. This is not that I don't want it for them. I do. I want it for everyone. I want it for them so badly. But sometimes that want hurts. And it's because you can't help but feel it might look differently for us. I've been watching all the clips of Owen Cooper win his Emmy Award, and they're beautiful. You know, him meeting Jake Gyllenhaal, that viral shot of Amy Lou Wood, like just totally heartwarmed by this win. It's superb, it's beautiful, it's fantastic. I was watching it on my phone, smiling like ear to ear. You know, it's a feet kicking video. You just feel such a sense of joy. But then that little voice, it's so quiet, and because it's so quiet, it's so loud, and it's right at the back of your head. I think a lot of people of colour know this feeling. Right alongside that celebration comes this ache. Does this happen for us? And why does it look and sometimes feel different on our bodies? I think about the boys from Moonlight. I think about the boys from When They See Us. I think about the boys from Nickel Boys, you know, very similar to Owen Cooper in many ways. I think that part of this is that when young black actors are celebrated, it's framed as an achievement through circumstance. The story becomes, look how well they did despite all of those things that we know they have to go through. And so you don't quite get to the same kind of joy. It's like a joy that's attached to relief. It's not the same heartwarming, uncomplicated joy that will follow Owen Cooper in relation to these moments. Every second of it he deserves, but his moment reminds you of the pattern, and the pattern hurts. When we talk about racism, we often accurately talk about suffering and traffic stops and brutality and jobs and the lives of black people, but we rarely talk about joy and about how unevenly joy is distributed. Some of my favourite videos on here are of black men frolicking, right? I'm sure you've seen them.
Oh my God! I'm frolicking! Why you ain't tell me we was frolicking? Oh, we frolicking? That's what we doing? We frolicking? Let me get my frolic on. Oh.
It's beautiful, it's joyous, but it also reminds me of just how rare it is to see black joy, particularly on male bodies, celebrated with that kind of openness. I think it's good when well-meaning white people, and I applaud you for it, want to tear down barriers. I love that, of course. That's important, but it's just not the whole picture. We also need you to love us the same way that we often love you, to cheer our wins, just to cheer them, not because of circumstance. I have this close friend, I've talked about him before. He disappeared off the face of the earth well over 10 years ago. No digital footprint. Me and my friends honestly don't know if he's still alive. It's a sad part of our history, but I don't know what to say about it at this point. He was much darker skinned than me, and he was much taller than me. He was from Ghana. When he moved away to uni, he would call me all the time. That's when his light started to fade, and I'd get calls from him at 2 in the morning that would last until 4 in the morning. And there's one call that's like haunted me ever since. I find it difficult to talk about. He just said, Jamaal, I feel like ever since I've moved to uni, people hug me less. He laughed it off like it was a big deal. I was too young and I didn't really understand what he was feeling because I was still at home and I was still surrounded by the community and still held by black joy that my mum dragged us to, made sure that we had. She took us to dance clubs and choirs. Our babysitters were black women. She knew how desperate it was to root us in that. And she could only do it for so long before we were thrust onto the real world. She even banned friends from our house. She was like, no, I need you to see yourself in this life. Because she knew it didn't matter. One day we were going to step into this big British experiment into whiter spaces, and we were going to realise that the way that we exist in that joy, it often doesn't translate, and it's often not received in the same way. Joy is political. Joy is survival. Joy is a form of resistance. Joy is a form of justice. I hate that I'm connecting this to Owen Cooper. I've done it before, I've said it before, because it's his turn. I love this for this kid. I'm so happy for this kid from afar. He's a Brit, of course I'm happy. I just want to know that people are happy for us too.